Okay. First of all, a comment regarding your title. No, your title says redevelopment of the whole port area. But, yeah, I think it's a bit misleading because apparently you concentrated on only this part. I think the rest of it, well, you made passing statements regarding connecting. But I think to mention that in your title and then not to address it is questionable. The second comment I have is since this is a restoration work, or part of it is preservation actually, no? And then adaptive reuse. I think the framework for your study really should have been how you go about restoring, and if you are going to make any additions or any interventions, they should be guided by principles. But there was no mention about what principles you followed.
Yes, sir. So we have here, according to the Borough Charter, the Borough Charter is a guideline for restoring conservation.
Okay.
So it's really a good book, but one of the key points here is Article 15, which says any changes of building should be reversible.
Okay.
It's called reversibility. So what we did with the interior walls are drywall slab, para if there as there any changes, they'll let us know.
That's all.
And aside from minimal intervention for the system.
Also, sir, to avoid facadism, meaning only the facade will be remain, and then the interior, like what we have kita ganito photo sa bottom ng poster. That's what we're trying. That's why we intending to remain the columns inside.
So the principle that you use is only that it be reversible. That's all you follow.
The cancer.
Huh?
The cancer.
That's why I think you should. As I said, the entire discussion should have been framework on that, no? Because I think that's the precise point of your study, diba? That you are dealing with an existing structure. You have a proposal to reuse it to some other uses, but you are constrained by certain principles. I think the discussion should have proceeded in that manner. You state the principles that you followed, and then show in your work how you apply those principles. So you mentioned one. You said reversibility, and that's it. That's only one.
Answer.
That's why. So can you redo your watches and then present it in that manner? What are the principles you follow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you connect it to your.
I guess that's something we're not prepared to show, but we have here highlighted and checked in the bar chart. We have some points that I checked.
What document is that? Borough Charter. Did you put that in your book?
Yes,
In the study, but in the programming, did you put that?
I'm going to pass.
Okay, so it should be familiar to you by now.
So,
You made 1 point. What are the others?
one important one, aside from reversibility, it's before any changes are made in the historic fabric, it should be recorded. That's why
And documented.
and documented. That's why we gave we made this model from all the existing
drawings.
para if there are any changes
And then,
to be lost. Number one and number two, it's minimal intervention is always the best preservation. Regarding the facade, we never originally there were canopies here, pero we never added it back because we want the facade to remain
But there's no new material
new material.
introduced.
And then?
Facade.
And
Ornaments as well. Interior. Interior.
ones, it's not to hide the main features of the building. This building will be the ornamented columns, ornamented beams, and ornamented walls, which can be shown in the details of the
So, in the proposal, that's why, in the proposal, we do, wala na kong di tangtang ng bantads. So, especially this one.
Those are the major points.
That's it.
Those are the major.
You speak about the treatment of the old fabric, but since you added new partitions, etc., you did not mention what did you do with those partitions? Are they modern in style and flavor, or did you attempt to follow the old architectural lines? What was the principle you used?
Regarding the proposal,
Because I think there are two ways you can go, no? Either you copy the details and then use it in the new parts that you use, or you make it so different that you can recognize which ones are new and which ones are the old parts of the fabric. So what did you follow?
the second part.
Yeah, but you didn't show. I think you should have shown this in detail or in visuals, precisely to demonstrate the principles that you use. So you opted for new details.
All details.
What? New or old?
We did that. We left the monsters in the
Easily recognized. Like for example, here in the gallery, these display stands are.
For example, there are railings there. No? What are the railings?
Oh, this one, sir.
No, the ones inside, the new ones.
the ones sir.
Yeah,
There's a wooden railing, sir.
wooden railing. Wooden. Why did you opt for wooden?
Sure.
Since
And what do they look like?
The
Balusters?
balusters. They look like some
Very cheap looking.
since wooden necessary,
Yeah, but you just told me that you opted for going modern.
But it can be.
and in some areas,
So exactly what did you do? Did you copy the old, make it sympathetic like it's neoclassic? Did you use neoclassic details for the new parts, or did you decide to disregard it altogether and then come up with more modern idiom?
We decided to have at least the same profile of the balusters or this.
Then your answer was wrong. You did not tell me. What you told me was that you did the second move. What?
so one, sir, like for the main dining, we will reflect nothing different. So I guess
Did it come up in your discussion at all? Did you consider that, or did you not study that?
Only consider, sir, it's like in the proposal second floor plan, since it is the old floors is wooden, so that's why we managed it.
That is an old floor.
Ano? It's wooden floors, sir, so.
So you put back wood floor.
just like
Will that pass the fire code now?
Sure, there are some ways to